All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Hinamatsuri,
episode 5.
All right.
Okay,
so we had the whole thing with Hina in the previous episode getting kicked out and her needing to sort of learn to support herself on her own and how much people put up with her. And then we had the little story with Anzu and Hitomi, and those were great.
It's making me basically fall in love with Anzu, essentially. Like, in terms of all the main characters and stuff, Anzu, like over and over and over again reminds us that she is not only, like, one of the best characters in this show, but, like, she has this, like, this heart about her, but also this, like, I don't take any of your, like, crap from people like Hina and stuff.
I feel like Anzu is tsundere in its most adorable form, because she takes herself so seriously, right? Yes. But yet she still has those moments of growth and sensitivity and stuff, and being vulnerable and you know, wanting to help people. Here's the good stuff. This is the 200 yen noodles. Oh boy.
Although I am most excited for the kind of situations Hitomi will find herself in by being in this hilarious kind of setup here as the barkeep in training. So yeah, more shenanigans, y'all. Without further ado, let's get into it. Oh. Jeez. Vaga. Yeah. How are you now introduced? Oh.
That's Hina.
Yep, that's Hina. Yep. Found out it's not ice cream.
Nope.
It's not ice cream. $30. Oh. Yeah, she's like, you can hear the cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Yeah. But why is it here?
Hina's sitting in it. Oh my.
Wow. 10 yen
No
total.
way.
Yes. Seriously. Oh, my friend Hitomi.
It's Hitomi.
Yeah. Good. They've all now met. Looking for large light LCD TVs.
Yeah.
In the grass. It's like, it's just so sad. And then he does.
Wow.
Oh. Oh.
Are you littering?
Crap. Oh no. Oh.
正直に説明しても信じてもらえなさそうだし、信じてもらえてもそれはそれで問題ありそうだし。とりあえず親御さんに連絡する。
待って。
ちょっと待って。
すみません。
君を責めるつもりはない。最初から分かってるんだ。捨ててくるよう強要されたんだ。
全然違いますけど。
Oh no. I love how little bits of chaos come into this story and just Oh no, don't steal it. Hina, no. She's just gonna tell me to Wait. Hina's going to go buy a TV
so that then
they can sell it for less money than it would take to.
Wow. And she's using a taxi, so like the amount of money that's being spent.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Is she testing me?
I love it. I love it.
Ah!
Wait, so she didn't actually buy the TV? Oh, the taxi. Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah. The fare for the taxi.
Hina, すごいすごい。あれ、あんま喜んでない？いや、そんなことはないよ。嬉しい嬉しい。
I'm so happy.
Wow.
一台で舞い上がるなってことなのね。
てかさ、もう俺が言うのもなんだけど、直でリサイクルショップに売れよ。
今日お金入るとは思わなかった。そうだね。
1,000 yen to
あん
each.
ずはなんで急にお金欲しがってるの？
Wait, what do you mean?
あんたがゲーム楽しいって言うから一緒に遊ぼうと思って。
All this roundabout ways.
2、3日したら届くのかな。
テレビは売ったよ。
なんでだよ。売った金は、いや、そこじゃねえけど。
タクシー代でなくなった。
なんで？謎謎？
I
You
love
can't trust Hina with anything.
No. Oh
She's
no.
going into the bar. They're like, wait, what is this?
They're like, hold on.
We must investigate. He's also going in there.
Like, dude, what? Bro, like, what?
No! With a middle school student. Oh god.
If only we had more knowledge!
Oh no! Oh no!
私しかいないんだが。
あまり知られたくないのだよ。
刑事ごっこがしたいならひなも呼んでやる。まるで無能だがマスコットくらいにはなるんじゃない？
Ah!
そんなこと言うなよ。君には何も期待していない。
呼んで
Good.
その
She's gonna say exactly where she is and why she's there.
Right.
まずは私に任せてもらおうか。
Probably a good call.
私は彼女の友人だ。
Mm-hmm.
夜の繁華街で瞳見かけたんだけど。
いや、それは。
吉田って講師が人気あるらしいけど、瞳取ってる？
いや、吉田先生は取ってないな。人気あるから。
あ、違った吉野だ。
そう、吉野先生。
こうなると逆に語尾にあるとか言わせたくなるな。いやいやいやいや、落ち着け相沢さよ。目的を見失うな。
I love her inner.
リトルソングって知ってる？
三島が牛乳入ってる。
ふざけんなよ、ビシャビシャだよ。
三島の牛乳なら。
で、知ってるの？
おい、あんた本気で星を落とす気あったのか？三島で遊んでただけだろ。
Yes, of course, because it was fun.
And I love that as soon as they say what they're doing in front of Hina, she could just be like, oh, yeah.
とにかく可愛かった。
Because they haven't ever told her yet what's going on.
That was so funny. She went to go the other way through the door and realized like it was locked or something,
Right.
and then she's like, oh, right, I have to go downstairs.
Hina still doesn't get it.
Yep.
やめろよ。なんかドキドキしてきた。
What are these goobers? Like these freaking idiots.
ちょっと準備室に来てくれないか？
はい。
早くもですか？
I can't fantasize any longer. My imagination can only take me so far.
何やってるんだ君たちは。人に言えないことしてないか？
God, she can't keep a secret to save her life. Right? What was that noise?
抑えてやるぞ。絶対に現場を抑えてやる。持ってかないどころかバラバラになって戻ってくるって。
Oh my
Oh
god.
boy.
The stakeout.
Yep,
Here we go.
And Hina's just there with them.
And Hina, yeah, Hina's.
あいつらテンション高いな。
よし、あとは。
I love
Yeah. What is that?
Hina still isn't saying anything.
Right.
何これ？
Because they're not answering her.
Right,
They're not.
they're not expecting anything from Hina.
Right. Oh, this is some next level deduction there. Yes. Oh.
Your dad is going in there too?
ひな
Yep.
The actual heroine. Here we go. That face!
まったく三島心配したんだぜ。なんでバーテンしてんだよ。
バーは子供の来るところじゃないよ。
I love it.
しらばっくれるつもりか。その見てくれでごまかされると思ってんの？
これだけは教えて。
For
瞳
me,
は大丈夫なの？
it's me.
Yes.
本当に心配だから。
Oh.
ごめんね、さよちゃん。
なんで私がさよって知ってるんですかね。
私は中学生のくせにバーテンダーをしています。
Mhm.
私は中学生のくせにバーテンダーをしています。
Yes!
私は中学生のくせにバーテンダーをしています。何これ？
Hina's still confused.
何これ？
Yeah.
三島と勘違いして来ちゃったんだろう。ひとみさんは本当にそっくりだからな。
またハイレベルなバカが現れた。
Wow. All right, that was an amazing episode.
That was hilarious.
That was amazing.
That was hilarious. I love just the absolute nonsense of the antics.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact that Hina, the little shit,
Yeah.
is right there with them. And like
Like my Hina impression here, just hey, nani sore? Seriously, what is this?
like
What's going on?
She could have cleared that all up. Like this whole episode,
But
or that scene didn't even need to
but no one
happen.
spoke to me. Like I don't even know what's going on. Like
Exactly.
I'm just
Oh,
following
boy.
people. Like the people, they're just going places.
Wow.
Do you have any video games? All right, this was cute, but this was like really silly. Like this was
Hina
some of
is
the dumbest
officially
things.
the worst. Like,
Well, the thing is
like
that
she's also
thing
the
is-
best and
the
she's sweet
thing
and everything. But oh my god, like so much of the stuff that happened here was just the most convoluted, like did not need to happen
Stupid.
at all. Just absolutely stupid. Like, oh man.
I loved like Hina's like economic sense here. She's thinking like, all right, I only think in one dimensions here. Anzu needs a TV.
Right.
Gotcha. So I'm going to look for a TV. Oh my god, I found a TV.
Hey
All right.
Nita, I want to buy a TV.
Yeah. So I can't just steal the TV because Nita said don't use your powers on other people and
Right.
stuff like that. So okay, what I'll do is I'll be like, hey Nita, I need a TV. How do I do that? Oh, you need to have money. Okay, cool. I'll buy a TV and we'll do that stuff. Oh. Get it from this place because I have a rewards card there.
Right,
And she's
yeah.
like, oh, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Yes, that's smart.
Mhm.
You got those.
200 IQ
That was
play.
the only thing they gained out of her little thing there was they got rewards points, which is
Well,
basically
and they
like
spent an inordinate amount of money in order to get the rewards points.
right.
Like,
And it's usually like you divide the total number of dollars by like 1,000.
it's usually like 10%. You know.
No, it's way less than that.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, it's like a tenth of a percent.
With some places
actually.
you'll be able to get 5%, and that's and they'll basically get you with the whole thing of you spend more money there so that you can get that 5% thing.
I'll just tell you, like as someone who worked at an electronics place, no. The places there are maximum 1%. It's the credit cards that will do the whole. Like, that's what you're thinking of. Credit cards will give you, like, 3% back.
No, I'm not
4%
talking about
back.
direct cash back. I'm talking about, like, once you spend this much money, like, you know, if you spend $1,000 there, then you get, like, a $50 gift card or something like that, you know.
Yeah, but that's... okay.
But,
Okay.
yeah.
But the point
economics of it aside, the
point
economics
is-
were bad, is
the
the
point is that Hina, in her very simple mind,
Yep.
thought that, you know... I just need to get her a TV and Anzu will be happy. And
Yeah.
you know what? I appreciate Hina's dedicatedness, dedicated aspect to getting that TV. But as to, like, the whole reason why and all that other stuff,
well, and
it's
she's
amazing how, like, dense Hina is with not understanding that.
And she's
yet-
so lazy that she then
Yes!
uses a taxi to go to the, like, oh my god.
Oh,
Like,
it's beautiful.
That
It's
homeless guy
beautiful.
made out like a bandit.
Yeah,
Like,
he was just like, wait, is she trying to fight me?
Like, because the
like,
thing is, I get what Hitomi did. That had some logic to it, because the thing is that
it had no value to the family.
Well, and the thing is that could they have just sold it at like a recycling shop and gotten more money? Yes, but the thing is that Anzu wouldn't have appreciated money if it's just, here's money, we're giving you money.
She has to feel like she's earned it.
Exactly. So there, it's like, yes, the sentiment, it totally makes sense, and it's something where it's like, hey, the old TV that we were just gonna throw out, let's instead do this. There you go. Right.
Yep.
But of course, the like, and she had the whole plan and it was perfect, but then the cop sees her and thinks she's like littering and stuff, and she's like, oh no, but she can't say anything. Like, that was absolutely wonderful, and the cop thinks he understands, but he really doesn't.
Your parents told you to do this.
Because he thinks, oh, this is some serious situation. It's like, no, this is much sillier and dumber than that, and she's just trying to help a friend out and stuff.
Yep.
And oh man.
That whole first skit with the TVs and stuff, I think my favorite part about it, honestly, was how Hina was so insensitive to the guy who was getting the TVs and stuff, that he was like trying to understand what's going on in her head, and it kept like hurting his brain, and he's just like, nah, I have no idea what's going on in her head.
And even better, like when she's like, when Hina goes to Nita and she's like, hey Nita, I want a TV. He's like, oh, okay, yeah, go to this place, they've got the rewards thing, right? Fairly standard. Right. But he made the mistake of giving Hina money, when she says she wants something, because
Well, here's the thing. I think he understands that Hina has very simple desires.
Right, exactly.
She wants her food. Yeah. She wants her place to stay. Absolutely. And she wants her video games. But the thing is, TV just gives her a better experience with video games.
Yeah, but the thing is, she has such a lack of responsibility and even understanding of how finances work that she does this kind of stuff. Whereas if she had said like, hey, I want a TV, he really should have just been like, sure,
let's go together
and get a TV.
Right.
Or but let me just go online real quick.
It wouldn't be funny though.
It wouldn't be funny though.
Here's the thing. I don't care about any of that because here's the thing. Nita as a character, one of the best things about him is that he is just seemingly this guy who was thrust into this weird situation where he has to where he feels like he has to take care of Hina. But the other thing is that he does kind of need that feeling a little bit of being kind of the dad and being kind of the caretaker and stuff.
Yep.
But Hina gives him every reason, and I would say in a lot of ways she's blameless with regards to that, because she is a lab experiment who was like never amongst and real social situations.
Yep, and it is a great way to basically add comedy and just laughs to something that would otherwise be rather horrifying. So
it's just money. It's just money.
Exactly.
It doesn't mean anything.
But Nita's reaction when when he's like, oh, okay, yeah, the TV will probably, arrive in like, 2 or 3 days.
2 days,
yeah. And she's like, no, I sold it. And he's like, what?
Yeah. Is this some kind of riddle?
Yeah. And then
she's like, what? Why? To pay for the taxi cab.
Right.
Yeah. And then he's like, is this some kind of riddle?
Yeah. Like that was just,
yes.
That was so good. And like when Hina's like just lying there like sleeping while they're looking through the grass for a flat screen TV, which is like, why would a flat screen TV be in the grass?
Their logic was because there were no sense. There were thick TVs over there. Right. There must be smaller TVs growing in the grass.
This is how I could potentially see it, is that if somehow someone left the TV in the grass, people probably wouldn't find it, because why would you go looking through the grass, right? But no one would ever leave a TV in the grass. So but when she's just sleeping there and the ants are just like they consider her to be just part of the terrain. She has not moved at all, and they're just crawling over, and then one of them is just like, oh, what's in here? And she just goes into her mouth. She just
okay, so that's the first skit. The first skit was hilarious. It had all the elements of a classic little comedy sketch here,
and we got development from Anzu with her being like, okay, Hina being all like talking about playing video games, and I don't have the money for video games, but
she's like, baka, stupid baka.
Yeah, exactly. But then her being like, wait, I want to play video games with Hina. Like, I want to make money, and then
it's sweet. But
then dividing up the $30 between the three of them and Hitomi doesn't need it. Hina doesn't even understand what $10 is. Like
So the second skit though, I love the second skit.
Oh, the second skit was great.
I missed some of the jokes because like I don't know the difference because I'm a freaking just I don't speak it. Difference between Chinese or Japanese with regards to the whole like imagine her ending all of her sentences in aru. It's like and I'm like okay cool I don't get it but funny and then the other part of the Sayo like so you admit I'm Sayo or something like that. It's like well yes
of course like it's like because. It's like Hitomi's whole game of just pretending, I might be someone else, you don't know. And then them actually basically saying, we proved that you're you. It's like, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you guys aren't the high-level idiot that is the homeroom teacher.
Exactly.
So you don't need to prove that kind of stuff there. But I
With the homeroom teacher, I excuse it because it's him just trying to mentally justify and rationalize this because it's so incomprehensible otherwise.
But he is pretty stupid.
Oh yeah.
And and then that's that. But the idea of introducing these two new characters and eventually three for the purpose of okay, they're at school together, so they all have mutual friends.
Yes,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
And the idea that they would basically be aware of on some level that Hitomi seems to go out to this area of the city
strangely,
and that's a little odd. What is she doing over here? And then, as of course middle school kids are, they assume
prostitution.
It's like, okay.
I love how
concern for her safety.
Right. And
let's just go straight to like.
Yeah. I mean, they did take a detour with the whole she's sleeping with her homeroom teacher, a middle schooler, and I love that the two boys are basically like imagining it happening, but then they're not able to fully imagine it because one, they're middle schoolers, but then also she's a middle schooler. So when it's like it's like, oh no, and they're like, oh, my imagination can't go any farther. Like that.
They said if only we had more knowledge. Like that. Okay, that is so funny. That is so stupidly funny to think about. Okay, when were you that innocent that basically when you you're like, I know about sexually illicit relationships.
They probably are just to the point where they kind of know what sex is.
Right. No, they've learned about it in biology class, absolutely.
Yeah.
But like, as to like what they can imagine in their mind about this, they're like,
they're what, 13?
Oh no,
like
or something like that, and it's just like the idea that they were like distraught that they couldn't imagine beyond just like first base, It's like, no, my mind can only get to first base. Why?
Like, because here's the thing. The comedy in this show, I would say, is good.
Yes,
is good.
It's very good. Yeah,
I would say it's not mind-blowingly amazing. What makes it so amazing is the fact that the comedy is woven into this like half stupid, half wholesome like side of things where it's the juxtaposition of the situations more than the actual jokes, I feel right?
Because obviously, if you wanted to just have a show that writes jokes nonstop,
you could do that. Yeah,
that's what most like Western sitcoms are. But in this case, we actually have these little chaos narratives where something is introduced. There's a point of potential conflict. And then characters take that conflict potential thing to such extremes that it invokes crazy reactions from the other characters. And then we get these moments where Hitomi's just like...
like all the weird sounds that she and then like, because I love miscommunication humor.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Like that's some of the best stuff out there, and this was prime miscommunication humor.
Oh yeah.
When it's like
that's what this whole show is.
When the thing is, I mean, that like miscommunication humor, the more unrealistic that there would be the miscommunication, right? But still kind of plausible, the better it is. And the thing is that you can take that too far.
True.
You can take that too far. But because we have so firmly established that Hina
Hina is a dense potato.
Yes, she is a dense potato.
The densest of potatoes.
Yep, exactly.
And it's
she's
not
our
her fault.
potato. She is our potato.
It's not her fault.
Right. But the thing is that
she hasn't had a normal life.
She is absolutely a potato.
Totally.
So that entire skit could have not happened if one, they had told her, right? You know, because granted, they're like, okay, we know Hina's a potato.
We're going to preface this by saying, Hina, we expect literally nothing of you. She's like, wait, but what are we doing? And then they don't answer that question.
So they don't answer that question, they keep going. And literally, if they had just answered that question, which, hey, maybe is good social commentary to never, to not always assume the worst about people because they might surprise you, right? Because if they had said that, then Hina could have just been like, oh yeah, she works there.
Yeah, also, too, when you have people in a group kind of setting like this, basically, give them time to ask those questions and take them seriously.
Yeah.
Because they could give some interesting feedback or commentary on the situation.
Yep.
So when you're in a group dynamic, pull on every aspect of the
That's
group.
right, yeah. Oh, boy.
But everything about this show just screams out in a lot of ways some of the hilarity that I enjoyed in Great Teacher Onizuka.
Oh.
And it's funny because there's a lot of overdramatic reaction faces in this show as well, which GTO was champion of.
Yep.
But these, in some ways, are just on that blend of realistic that they almost channel a little bit of JoJo's in my mind.
Okay.
So I just love how often they'll do the whole, shame, dark shadow over the eyes thing.
Yep.
Which I have to assume is now this, because I've seen it in a couple other anime, but I had no idea that it was such a prevalent trope with regards to comedy anime. It's not just the dark shadow of shame over the eyes,
right?
But it's also we understand this situation, and because of that, we are going to show negative emotions as this is serious. When it's usually the complete opposite of that situation, and it's not serious.
Some level of undeserved incredulity.
Right.
And I like to think, even though they did the whole thing with the homeroom teacher just being an idiot, and that may be what it is, I like to think that actually it was because his psyche was so broken by the fact that, oh no, I'm here with the vice principal getting drinks at this bar, and we're getting served by one of my students. That basically his mind fractured in that moment, and
so
basically
now he permanently sees her as someone other than Hitomi.
Yes, yeah, basically, and there's this psychosis that formed in that moment.
Pure denial.
Yep, absolute pure denial, 100%.
Highest dosage.
Yep.
Okay, I like that idea. I also like the idea that he's smart enough to then go, the only way I can get these kids out of this situation and to get me off the hook is to play the dumbest of idiots.
Sure,
and say that she's not Hitomi, which either they will believe and then I'm off the hook, or they won't believe and think that I'm an idiot and therefore I'm off the hook.
Yeah.
So
and if it's ever questioned, he could just be like, no, that's ridiculous. No middle schooler could make a drink like this,
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
The same logic that was used on him previously.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But I loved also the kind of deep philosophical insight that Anzu kind of stumbled upon with the idea of happiness and the desire for more resources being something that are incongruent with each other.
Right.
In some ways, you find happiness in the present and only in the present because everything happens in the present.
After all.
Which means that any desire for a future gain cannot lead to happiness unless it is at some point acknowledged in the present, which means that the process itself could lead to happiness if you are acknowledging it in the present.
But it's that present
but the
process
future,
of it. Yeah.
Right, but the future goal for something out there will never lead to happiness. And I like that Anzu is going on this kind of
journey.
Yeah, I would say almost this journey towards Zen. There will be this moment where Anzu will be like the Zen master and just be in perfect balance with the universe and all things.
Zen tsundere. That'd be something.
Wouldn't that be something?
Well, and also one of the things that I absolutely loved here is that on the one hand you have Anzu wanting more money and thinking that will basically solve her problems, and yet at the same time she's reflecting on this and everything. And she also has a perfect example in Hina. That money doesn't solve your problems. Because just look at Hina. Just look at her. Right? And while she may be happy because she's a potato, she would probably be happy in any situation, and it's more just that her awareness of, because she is acclimated to that lifestyle.
Ignorance is bliss.
Absolutely. And ignorance is bliss. Yep,
yes.
Exactly. And she doesn't understand how it works, right? Mm-hmm. You know, but if there were ever, you know, but there, it's in some ways it's never enough.
Wait, right? What if that's the entire show? All three of these girls are basically just finding their bliss in situations where the environment is something that is odd for them. Basically, if you look at their environments, all of them are ones that are incongruent or not societally normal, basically, for their situation.
Yeah.
They basically don't have a connection to their environment in such a way that means that they basically should be there. The causal relationship between their environment and them is not there. So what that means is that each of them should be finding their bliss, they should chase after basically that bliss in each of their individual environments, but also observe the other by seeing how their environment in something can basically teach them that how the value of that journey. Except, I mean, Hitomi's is one that's she's probably already found it in a lot of ways, but she's not secure in the act of her doing this.
I feel like her journey is to maintain it, you know.
Yes, but maybe then in that case it's not just about maintaining, because in some ways she can share a lot of the things that she's learned from this whole experience with the uneducated, immature young ones that are surrounding her. She's like, children are not allowed in this.
That was absolutely great.
That delivery was
fantastic. That was
so good.
That was absolutely wonderful.
Oh, it was just.
Yep.
Sweet victory.
And every time that we have the antics of basically showcasing that Hitomi is working at the bar and Anzu needs money, and Hitomi is trying to like help with that,
right?
You know, or that is brought up as a point of conflict. I absolutely love it because the thing is, Anzu is so proud that she probably wouldn't accept this, but I'm sure Hitomi could basically just try and put in a word of recommendation for, like, you know, for her to get a part-time job or something.
I mean, she did steal from them.
Yeah, but like, you know, but that's been paid for, right? You know, so then it's like, keep your friends close and your enemies closer, you know.
But the thing is that maybe she would like feel like this job is, you know.
Well, exactly. Anzu would never accept something like that because she's too proud.
Well, I was meaning even in the job, she would see how much money she's making and maybe go, this isn't right. Like, what did she do to deserve this, you know?
Sure.
Like, in the middle of the job, she could be realizing, I am making more money than I know what to do with.
What? Yeah,
Like,
maybe I should get off the street. No.
Like, on some level, I'm loving each aspect of the dysfunction within the three main girls.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm loving a lot what's going on inside Anzu's head.
Oh yeah, because that's where I feel like
amazing.
That's where I feel like we get a lot more sincere character growth, because Hitomi's kind of already established, and we're never going to get growth from Hina.
I love how like hard you've been roasting Hina in this episode.
The whole bit with the vase and everything, you know, in the episode a while back, that was great. That was great.
I'm going to remind you to the end of days, she doesn't know anything better. If anything, by Nita, like, basically saying, if you're going to be under my roof and you're going to be here, there, Nita should at the very least spend some time educating Hina on the basis of these things. But since he is not doing that, obviously.
Yeah, he's just spoiling her. It's just like, okay, yeah, you know, you'll stay here. I've got plenty of money, so, you know, whatever.
I blame the adult in this situation, Jacob.
Well, to be fair, there came a point where Hina actually did learn something, and that was when Nita kicked her out. You know, because then she was forced to learn something, right?
That is true.
You know,
that is true.
But maybe this is kind of, in some ways, what helps her heal a bit, because she did have the horribleness that came before, and she did get to the point where she wanted to do stuff for Nita, even if that was because he made that offhand comment of, maybe I should have Anzu live here instead of you, you know. But she ended up wanting to contribute. It's just that yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, that was an episode. If you want to see the next episode's reaction discussion right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us about these stories, about anime in general. You can talk with Jacob also about his book he just published.
That's right. My sci-fi novel, Battle Lines, is still available for order on Amazon. Link is in the description below. Go check it out. Pretty fun book.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.